Okay.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Alita Camilo Spire. I'm National Marketing Director on the HEAT team. There's lots of leaders on this team, and we, every week at 6 o'clock Pacific, we interview a rock star, and I'm super, super excited to be able to interview somebody tonight. I love her so much. I met her, I think, at Q School, I'm pretty sure. Rhonda is a 50 Club National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company. She lives in Bonne Terre, Missouri. I speak French, so I don't even know if that's how you all say it there. She's been with the Juice Plus Company for 13 years this October. Rhonda's passion is helping others to feel good about themselves and sharing education with others about moving into a healthier lifestyle. Rhonda's career highlights include being an elementary school teacher, 16 years, and a graduate instructor from Southwest Baptist University, a certified fitness instructor, a personal trainer, and a health educator for 25 years. Ron is a licensed, well-coached, certified through American College of Sports Medicine. So you have degrees up the yin-yang. She's trained on main stage at the Juice Plus European Conference, Lucky Duck. Her daily goal is to always leave a lasting impression with someone to brighten their day and lives by the statement that if we play small, we can't serve the world. Rhonda's greatest accomplishment is being a wife to Roland and their mother of two boys, Brett and Cody. And I tell you what, every time I see Rhonda at an Elton dinner or at conference, she lights up a room. She is full of life, and you guys are going to so enjoy her training tonight. So Rhonda, take it away.
Okay, well, thank you, and hello, everyone. I'm so excited. What an honor to be asked to be on this call tonight. So thank you so much, and we're going to get started because we definitely I want to honor your time, and it is pronounced Bonne Terre, Missouri, and it is a French town. It stands for Good Earth, Good People. So we're going to jump right into the presentation tonight. And it's funny that this, I'm going to share my screen with you. It's kind of funny that this is called the HEAT team, and you're going to see why when I get this started.
What's going on? Get back to bed.
Okay, so maybe you're starting to wonder, where did they find this national marketing director, and what is she doing? What is she showing us? I mean, is she giving us a new definition of the HEAT team? Ooh, anybody else hot? All right, so we're gonna have some fun. And I'm here to tell you that I know nothing about poker. My theme is about poker, and it's all going to come at the end of this story tonight. So just know that about me. I am not a poker player, but I know that when God speaks, I listen and I follow where he's taken me. So this is all about keeping the joy in your Juice Plus business, in your franchise. And so I want to remind you that joy is not a feeling. It's a choice. It's a choice that we have every single day. And so let me just share with you, my story matters, your story matters. And I want to introduce you to my husband, Roland, and our son on the very end is Brett. He's 20 now, and Cody is 18. And these little boys started Juice Plus when they were 3 and 5 years old. And so I'm so excited today to be able to say that and just smile with teeth to know that they have been so healthy and raised on Juice Plus. And like Alita said, my background is elementary school teacher and fitness trainer. And boy, do I loved being a school teacher. I left the classroom 14 years ago, but I was one of those teachers. How many teachers? Raise your hand if you're a teacher on this call tonight. Okay. And in some fashion or form, all of us really are teachers, okay, because we're people of influence. And so I loved being a school teacher. I could not wait to get up and my feet hit the floor. I was waking up before the alarm clock because I could not wait to get in that classroom and make a difference with those 30 little people every single day. And it was just a joy. It brought me so much joy. And I love being a fitness trainer, and I still do that today because I love helping people feel good from the inside out, and just getting it right between their ears. And so what was the problem with that? Well, my problem came because as an elementary school teacher, I was running and burning the candle at both ends. I know that school teachers, they have a really tough job. They're underpaid and underappreciated. And so I was a very good teacher, and I was there early and I was staying late. Sometimes I was going in on weekends to get my lesson plans done and make sure that I had the best week planned for my students. And so it was getting to be a problem because I was stressed out. I don't know if you know anybody like me. Maybe it's you, but maybe you know somebody like me. On Sunday nights, I was so not in a good place. I was so frustrated. I could feel the anxiety building up on Sunday evening because I knew what the week was going to bring. My husband and I were barely spending time together. We were living paycheck to paycheck. My husband's in construction, and we live in Missouri. So sometimes that's misery because of the weather, and it's just really tough. And I was the one with the stable and income. I was the one who carried the insurance. And what bothered me the most is that we were paying other people to raise those little boys. And I just finally, I said enough's enough. And I started looking for other opportunities. I was doing a lot of prayer and looking for opportunities and ways to create some income that I could go home. And so I started a certification with the American College of Sports Medicine. And so I went in and I told my administrator, I'm leaving teaching. This is it. This is my last year. And so I had a plan. I was going to go into this coaching, this wellness coaching with the American College of Sports Medicine, and I was going to make up my teacher income, and I was going to raise our boys, and everything was going to turn out just great. Well, that's not what happened. I did leave the classroom. I did become a wellness coach with the American College of Sports Medicine, but guess what? The income was not coming in. We had so much desperation. We had so many times of scarcity. I know what it's like to be able to be putting groceries in the cart and trying to figure out in your head and adding that up if there's enough money in the account to pay that, to cover it for the week. I know what that feels like. And to this day, I'm so forever grateful for that experience. But what happened is these fruits and vegetables showed up as a solution. These fruits and vegetables in a capsule, this powdered produce that we know is Juice Plus, it showed up as my solution. It showed up as our solution to take healthy back because my husband had a lot of digestive issues. I had a lot of allergies and sinus infections. I was achy. I was tired because I was just overdoing it really with my schedule. And our boys, thank goodness, they were little at the time and they were pretty healthy. But the solution also came to take away the desperation. Now, it didn't happen overnight. I had to pour myself into my daily method of operation. I poured myself into going out and serving others and not making this message about me. In fact, let me show you something here. I used to run around town with these all the time. This is a VHS tape. For some of you youngins, you're not even going to know what this is, right? We actually had a machine we put this in and we watched it. And it was at least 40 minutes long. I mean, come on, who's going to sit still for 40 minutes? But I took these all around town. I took them to our church events. I took them to our baseball practices, anywhere I was at, school activities, because I was volunteering in the classroom to be a room mother. I was passing these out like crazy. And I knew that people deserved to know. I didn't make the message about me, but I took them around. And then I had to go collect them the next day, right? So we have it so easy today. It's absolutely amazing what we have. And so my vision for this is not only did I make up my teacher income in that first year and a half, and I've multiplied that into a six-figure income, and I only say that not to brag. I'm saying that to remind you of what you have in your hands, to remind you of the opportunity, whether it's $500 a month, $5,000, $15,000, whatever it is you want. you have the opportunity to step into your greatness and decide how many people's lives you really want to impact. So at the end of the day, those numbers take us back to the people, and every single penny in that deposit every month that goes into your account is a reflection of the number of lives that you have changed. So just know that and keep that in mind. Okay, so let's jump into the why. I'm going to teach you the why because I'm the teacher, right? And I'm always going to teach you the why behind everything we do. So the why behind keeping the joy in your Juice Plus franchise. And remember what I said a while ago? Joy is a choice. It's not a feeling. We don't wake up just with joy, right? It's a feeling. It's something we have to choose. And so as a fitness trainer, you know, when I'm on the leg press or I'm on a spinning bike or whatever it is we're doing, we're working on those muscles. We're strengthening those muscles. It's the same thing as joy. You strengthen your joy muscles and you practice being joyful, and it gets easier and it gets better and you get stronger. So we know that we work more productively on things that we love to do, right? We all find time to do the things we love to do, whether it's gardening, exercise, whatever it might be. Your Juice Plus business, right? Talking to people, making a difference. So let me ask you a question. Do you wake up with your poker face? Like, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to go all in today. Or do you wake up with a stone face, like you've been sucking on lemons all day? All right. Ask yourself that question. Some of you are laughing. You know people like that, right? Okay. What about happy people? Happy people can maintain that can-do attitude. All right. Because when you fill yourself up with those positive thoughts between your ears, your attitude will be, I can and I will. So can you play all in even when the stakes are high? Even when you thought there were going to be, 50 people show up at your event and maybe 17 showed up, right? Or 5. Can you still play all in? Can you still let your passion shine and your light shine bright even when the stakes are high? Even when you know that somebody may say no to you tomorrow, can you still be all in and tell your story? Be generous with your story and relax, right? Lighten up. People just need to lighten up and make this more simple and have fun, because it will, when you lighten up and relax, it will improve your creativity. So are you choosing to fold and just settle for less? Ask yourself that question. And we know that supportive groups like our Juice Plus community, are you kidding me? Think about what we have here, you guys, in this community. We produce better relationships. So ask yourself, just like in a poker game, okay, are you keeping it together or are you folding with regret to settle? I always say I don't want to be sitting in my rocking chair someday saying, what if? What if I would have done this, or what if I would have done that? I'm going to be the grandma that's dancing at her granddaughter's wedding. And I'm going to say, yeah, because I did that, here I am, right? And that's what we want for all of you. And when you are like others, and others like to be surrounded by fun, productive people. How many of you love to go to Juice Plus events because the people lift you up? They're just fun. They're just great to be around. So are you playing, and can you play like you have a full house? You can demonstrate your leadership, or you can be a happy follower anywhere you want to fit in this Juice Plus community. So are you ready to make that call and lay down your hand? That's the question that I want to ask you. And there's 3 emotional laws that I want to go over. And those are the emotional strength is what I want to talk about. But it's the law of attention, the law of exchange, and the law of reversibility. Let's talk about the law of attention. Whatever you dwell on becomes increasingly prominent in your own mind. Think about it. If you're always thinking about what you don't want, guess what's going to show up? What you don't want. The law of exchange. You can do away with negative thought only when you replace it with a positive thought. Okay, so I know when I'm coaching our team and they start, somebody might say something negative about what happened last month in their business. I'll say, tell me what you're grateful for. Tell me 3 things that you're excited that are in place and what's working. And the law of reversibility, it refers to our God-given capability to produce feelings as a result of a deliberate behavior. Okay, so let's move on. So when you catch yourself complaining, and here's what I say about complaining, because here I am again, I'm in the gym, right? I'm teaching Pilates, I'm teaching spinning classes, or whatever it is class I'm teaching or training, and I remind my, mostly ladies, I remind them that complaining doesn't make you look good naked. So why complain, right? It does not make you look good naked. Let's hit it. Let's go. Let's just get this done. Yeah, you guys like that. You're smiling with teeth. All right, so when you catch yourself complaining, ask yourself, what is this really about? Could this be a you problem? And maybe you're just looking for ways to, blame other people, possibly. Many of you have heard of Randy Posh. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the game. I think this is just so amazing. And so when you get up in the morning, I'm just going to say this because I'm a believer. I want you to think of the 5, 5, 5. I don't have a slide for this. I'm just sharing it with you because I just feel like that's where I need to go. So 5, 5, 5. In the morning when you wake up, spend 5 minutes drinking water. First thing you do. So tonight when you go to bed, put a bottle of water next to your bed. Spend 5 minutes getting that beautiful water in your body. The next 5 minutes, I'm going to ask you just to think of those things that you are grateful for. Just fill yourself up with that living water, like you are just grateful for these things. And maybe you're putting on your makeup, maybe you're doing your hair, maybe you're fixing breakfast, but I want you to, think of those things that you're really grateful for. And then the other 5 minutes, I want you to play some music, something that really fills you up. Get that living water between your ears and in your heart. Everybody can do the 5, 5, 5. You are worth 15 minutes a day. You can do that. Okay, so fortune favors the bold. Let's move on, okay? So in poker, players who don't take risk eventually are going to lose. In other words, if they're too afraid to put money in the game, then they will never have that opportunity to win. So we have to be willing to take the risk. And life is similar. Think about it. If we remain too fearful to go after our dreams, we fail even before we give ourselves the opportunity to succeed. Find someone who believes in you. And fortune is bestowed upon those who have the courage to fail. It is okay to fail. Just know that. All right, so who are we when the chips are down? Let me ask you let me share something with you and then ask you, who are you when the chips are down? In poker, remember, I know nothing about poker, but it's all going to come together. In poker, with a span of a few minutes, you can experience the high of winning, or you can experience the low of losing thousands of dollars. Okay, that's what it's about. It's easy to be the best version of oneself when facing everything, when it's going well, right? It's easy to be happy and be joyful when everything's going well. But how do we react when we're facing adversity? How do we react when we had 5 no's in one day or 2 customers canceled on the same day? How do we face adversity? How do we discipline those disappointments? Are we proud of who we are? I have a poster right next to me on the side of my wall here in my office, and it just says, leave people in a better place than where you found them. So even if a customer calls and they're going to cancel, I thank them. I apologize first if I did not give them enough information, because I feel like if I would have done a better job in customer care, there's no way they would have even considered canceling their Juice Plus. Whether I know I did the customer care or not, I'm going to always be quick to take the blame. And I just thank them and leave them in a better place, because that's what we want to do for people. And I want you to remember, the mountains that you are carrying tonight, you were only supposed to climb. Stop carrying those mountains. So when disappointment hits, what's your go-to strategy? Is that serving you well? You know, for some people, when disappointment hits, they go into isolation. How's that working for you? When disappointments hit, sometimes people, you know, they're emotional eaters, and they might be eating things that, you know, are not shred friendly and that, you know, it's just not, it's not feeling your body. Is that serving you well? Think about the last time that you were frustrated. Really take a moment and really think about that. The last time that you were frustrated, how did you react? What can you do differently next time to keep the joy in your franchise? If you have to, use Vaseline on your teeth and just keep smiling. Vaseline is great for that, all right? Just keep smiling. It is okay. It is absolutely okay. Okay, so let me ask you if you're getting around to some of these things. Are you getting around to attracting others because of your why? People are not going to buy Juice Plus from you or a Tower Garden or shakes just because it's a great product. They're going to buy Juice Plus, Tower Garden, shakes, all of these things that we offer to people because of why you do it. Are you putting yourself out there, and do people really know why you're doing it? Are you getting around to choosing to be happy now? So many times we hear people say, when my kids go off to college, I'll be happy. When we get debt free, I'll be happy. When this happens or that happens, I'll be happy. Okay? Why not be happy now?
Well, that'll be a conversation for a different time.
Are you getting around to designing a life of joy? You don't have to be at a certain level in this company to say, okay, when I get to sales coordinator, I'm going to have joy. When I get to national marketing director, then I'll have joy. Design your life of joy right now. And are you getting around to not getting caught up in what other people think? Okay, just shake your head yes if I can share something and have permission to say this to you. Just say yes. Trust me. I give you permission, okay? It is none of your business what other people think about you. That's the permission I'm giving you to say. Say it to yourself every day if you have to, multiple times a day, because we are out there doing something fantastic, you guys. We are making a difference in this world. I started with 30 little people every single year in my classroom, and now we're teaching and we're loving on and serving thousands of people around the world, okay? But I couldn't have done that had I worried about what other people were going to think about me in this small town community that I live in. You cannot think about that, all right? So it's none of your business what other people think. Are you getting around to following up? Or do you keep telling yourself the same old story? I don't have time. I'm too busy. She's not going to pick up the phone. He never answers my messages anyway. Blah, 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 right? Who's telling you that? It's usually right between our ears. So I want to encourage you to let go of that and just pick up the phone. Just send the message. Go by and see that neighbor. The fortune is in the follow-up. And it is amazing the feeling that you will get, that helper's high. A lot of you know what I'm talking about because you've been there and you've done it. It's a helper's high. It'll be amazing when you start the follow-up. And are you getting around to making time for others? The people that matter most to you in your life. Are you getting around to it? Are you getting around to putting in the big rocks? Or when it's time for conference or time for a boot camp, are you coming up with reasons and excuses that you can't attend, you can't be a part of it? Because you're not putting the big rocks in. Put the big rocks in. Get round to it. There's the big rock. We are only 2 weeks away. I cannot wait to see your beautiful faces. April 26, 27, 28. Phoenix, Arizona. I promise you, you do not want to watch this on Facebook. Oh my goodness, you'll have a lot of FOMO. You know what that is? FOMO, fear of missing out. I've been there. I've done it. I haven't ever missed a conference in 14 years. But if I ever thought I would or ever did, I would have so much FOMO, it wouldn't even be funny. All right. And I don't want to watch this on Facebook. I want to be there, and I want you there. And this is why we need you there, because you're part of this community. You're part of this mission. Not only do we need you there, you need to be there for yourself. But you won't know if you don't go. So that's the big rock. And like I told you before, when we started, I know nothing about poker. But this training that I put together back in late January, I put this training together, and it just became so much bigger than I could ever tell you. Because 12 weeks ago, we buried my sweet brother-in-law. He passed away from the flu. His death certificate says complications from influenza. My brother-in-law was only 58 years old. He was absolutely an amazing person. He was so fun. He was the life of the party. At Christmas this year, our family is a big family. We get together at my mom's, and he changed all the Christmas tags around, all the name tags. So when it was time to open gifts, can you imagine the mess that we had? That was the kind of guy he was. On my birthday, I'm a vegetarian. I have been for 25 plus years. He thought it would be really fun to take my little red sports car and go clean it up for me. And I was like, that's great. And he said, then I'll lock it up and, take care of it. And I said, that's great. Thank you so much. Well, what he didn't tell me is that he put about 50 White Castle hamburgers under my seats. And so when I got in my car, okay, this is the kind of guy I'm talking about. The life of the party, so much fun. And here's what I know. Because of this Juice Plus community, because of who we are, I had so much joy built up in my reservoir. And I was able to step away from my Juice Plus business, my franchise, and be with my sweet sister and be with her every single day, morning and night. And I didn't have to worry. I'm sorry. I didn't have to worry about my Juice Plus franchise. I knew it was going to keep going. Things happened. And that is such a beautiful thing. It is such a beautiful thing for us to have this, because we never know when life is going to hit. And we had the biggest month ever in February. And then it topped it again in March. We had the biggest month ever. And so it's because of this community that I was able to step back and be with my sister. And I'm still doing that today, even 12 weeks later. But I tell you that my brother-in-law, Jeff, and I'm almost finished here, Lita, he always carried this poker chip in his pocket. This is actually a poker chip that he had. And he always made time to get round to it. He kept this in his pocket because he heard a sermon at his church years ago. And he would always go find that friend that was working at the bank that he hadn't seen in months. He would always make time to stop in to see people just to see how they were doing. He was that kind of person that he always got round to it. And so I want to encourage you tonight to think about what it is that you need to get round to it. What is it that you need to do, that you want to do, to not only get round to it, but also stop making excuses why you don't have joy in your Juice Plus franchise. Stop making the excuses of why you're not getting where it is that you want to be, because you know where it is that you want to be. And I just want to thank you tonight for letting me share. And like I said, I'm so excited to see all your beautiful faces in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you, Alita.
Rhonda, that was amazing. I took so many notes, and I just love your heart. And wow, it just like, there's joy, and, you could tell the measure of a man when things go well, but you still have joy in spite of your, the loss of your brother-in-law. And I'm so sorry about that. But wow, he brought so much laughter and joy to your family. I'm sure that you're still, I took so many notes on this, and this is the third time this week that I've heard that to do away with that law of exchange, to do away with the negative and replace it with the positive. and to say those affirmations over and over again about what you want to expect out of your life and your franchise. So I want to thank you so much for blessing us with your training tonight. And if you want to all unmute and say thank you to Rhonda, I really appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Rhonda. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rhonda.
Phoenix.
Thank you.
Phoenix.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank